ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो ॐ विष्णुपदाय राधिकाय प्रियात्मने श्रीमद्भक्तिवेदान्त नारायण इति नामिने प्रेम भक्तिरसानन्दं कृपासिन्धुममानिनं प्रज्ञापयन्तं वन्दे श्रीभक्तिवेदान्त नारायणम्। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवारी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। So let me first of all offer my Sashtang Dandavat Pranam to all the assembled devotees and to my Guru Varga, especially my Paramaradhya Matrama Gurudev, Sri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, and my Nama Guru and Shiksha Guru, Nitya Lila Pravishta Sri Srimad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Only by their grace we are able to understand this extremely confidential and essential literature. Today we are beginning with the 29th verse of the 5th chapter of Brahma Samhita. And there is quite a lot to go into here. We're probably only maybe going to get through the Tika of Srila Jiva Goswami. Then there is the Tatparya of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and this is the first verse that we have read so far that has the Vivrti of Gurudev. Chintamani prakara sadma sukalpa vriksha lakshavriteshu surabhirabhipalayantam Lakshmi sahasrashata sambrahma sevyamanam Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. The transcendental realm is eternally adorned by millions of wish-fulfilling trees, by pavilions made of desire-fulfilling jewels, and by innumerable wish-fulfilling cows. There, thousands upon thousands of Lakshmis or Gopis are rendering services to the Supreme Personality with great affection. I worship that original Supreme Personality, Shri Govinda. Translation of Tika by Srila Jiva Goswami Pad. Beginning with this verse 29, Brahmaji praises the primeval personality, Shri Govinda, with 31 verses describing the glories of his name, form, qualities, pastimes, opulence, sweetness, transcendental abode, and so on. So in preceding verses, we heard how first Divya Saraswati told Brahmaji, you should do this Gopal mantra, the Klim Krishnaya Govindaya. And by doing practice of the Gopal mantra, Brahmaji became ready to have darshan of Goloka Vrindavan. Then he was initiated by the flute song of Sri Krishna in the Kama Gayatri, Klim Kama Devaya. And this we have discussed previously. And now, finally, Stotrenane Keshavam in the previous verse, by this stotra, by this prayer, now he praised Keshava, Govindaji. The pastimes of Sri Krishna are endless, and among them, his daily pastimes are also innumerable. Those pastimes are called Ashtakaliya Lila, the pastimes performed throughout the 8 periods of the day and night. So basically, the time between sunrise and sunset is divided into 4 yamas. Also, the time between sunset and the next day's sunrise is also divided into 4 yamas. That's a total of 8 times, 8 parts of the day and night. So this is Ashtakali Lila. But importantly, Srila Jiva Goswami Pad is telling us there are endless pastimes. There's not just a few. We can read narrations of Ashtakali Lila, and we should do so with great respect and love, that these remembrance of these pastimes should come in our hearts, like the Sankalpa Kalpadruma and other meditations. It is only for when we have become mature, we are steady in our chanting, we have given up all other types of anarthas, and we are ready to embrace the desire for having darshan of Leela through sadhu sangha and harikatha. So Ashtakali Alila is kind of giving us a little tiny synopsis for those who have a strong greed and who want to have service in the divine abode. But pastimes are unlimited. They are innumerable. This is specifically what Srila Jiva Goswami Pad is saying. In these pastimes, Sri Krishna's associates who have taken shelter of the transcendental mellows of parenthood, friendship, and amorous love simultaneously relish the pastimes of Sri Krishna's infancy, childhood, and adolescence, respectively, according to their own moods. So this is a very important point, and Srila Gurudev has sometimes clarified this. In Goloka Vrindavan, there is no Janma Lila, where Krishna actually appears as a little baby. This is described in the 10th canto of Bhagavatam in Prakata Lila, how Krishna simultaneously appears from the womb of Devaki as Vasudev and from the womb of Mother Yashoda. And Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, describes 3 times in the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam this same thing that we have heard. I had read Srila Prabhupada's books before, and this somehow didn't penetrate. And after hearing it from Srila Gurudev and reading Srila Prabhupada's books again, I realized, oh, wait, I've heard this before. And Srila Prabhupada is also telling us this. Krishna simultaneously appeared. He is quoting the commentaries of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So the Brajavasis are reciprocating with Krishna, who is always in Kishoravasta. Gurudev has explained this very clearly. Krishna is always in Kishoravasta, but he is able to reciprocate with Yashoda Maya as a baby on her lap and drinking her breast milk. What is the breast milk of Mother Yashoda? It is not regular milk. It is pure Vatsalya Prem in liquid form. So all of the various associates of Krishna, including the cowherd boys who were playing with Krishna in his Pauganda age, his age from around 8 years old, they are also reciprocating with Krishna in Pauganda age. They are also reciprocating with Krishna when he is Bal, when he is a little baby and toddling around and doing very naughty things. They are also toddling around behind him, and he is their ringleader. So, but what is the characteristic of Goloka Vrindavan? It is that place that is predominated by sweetness. So, these are such high topics, and we embrace them and welcome them within our heart, so that we should have some greed to attain divine service in the abode, eternal abode of Goloka Vrindavan. Sri Krishna's Swarup is that of an eternal adolescent, a fresh youth, the best of dancers, dressed in the attire of a cowherd boy with a flute in his hands. Navakishora Natavara Gopa Veshavenukaram. This is his eternal and original Swarup, which every devotee realizes according to his own transcendental sentiment. So this is a very, very important statement, and this is exactly what Srila Gurudev has explained. Sri Krishna's Swarup is he is always in Kishoravasta. But the devotees are realizing Krishna, they are understanding Krishna according to their own ras. So this is very profound. In Shastra, we find that his worship is of two kinds. One type is Swadasaki and the other Mantramayi Upasana. And they are understood as follows. So this is something that is a little bit of a difficult topic. So let's try to follow and let's understand this difference between Swadasaki and Mantramayi Upasana. The pastimes of Sri Krishna in various places in Goloka Vrindavan are of many types. Therefore, the worship that is performed through the limbs of bhakti, such as remembering, hearing, and chanting about those pastimes, is called Swadasaki Upasana. So Krishna is doing unlimited pastimes in Goloka Vrindavan. So those who are doing the 9 limbs of bhakti, beginning with remembering, hearing, and chanting specifically about the pastimes, they are performing Swadasiki Upasana. The term Mantramayi Upasana applies to the forms of hearing, contemplation, and formal worship with auspicious articles in which a mantra is employed in order to apply the consciousness to one particular pastime that occurs in one particular location in Sri Krishna's place of pastimes. So try to understand the distinction. So Swadasaki Upasana means that we are trying to hear and remember, and by hearing and chanting and remembering, we want these pastimes to awaken, to be shown within the heart. It is only by following the angas of bhakti that there can be darshan of Krishna's pastimes, that there can be any understanding of Krishna's reality, his swarup, his sweetness, his name, form, qualities. It is not possible via chat GPT or by any intellectual process or by reading very erudite commentaries. I saw someone was advertising, oh, here is a book. It has lectures by so many great scholars, people who are not in the line of Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, even who are critical. No, we won't understand Krishna by such things. It doesn't matter how learned they are, how many PhDs they have. Only Swayam Eva Spuratyadaha. Sevon Mukhe Hijivado Swayam Eva Spuratyadaha. Krishna will only reveal himself unto that devotee who approaches in the service mood. I want to have service. Let me have Vilas Kunje Diovas. Let me have service um, in the Vilas Kunj, in the Kunja where Krishna is enjoying his sweet pastimes. Who would have given such a prayer to Tulsi Ji? Tell me, who? Who would have given? Would it be given by anyone whose eternal relationship with Krishna is in Sakyaras? No. In Sakyaras, there is no entry into Vilas Kunj. Only those who are in the line of being Palyadasi of Srimati Radhika will suggest this is actually the Tulsi Kirtan of Siddha Krishna Das Babaji. It was given by Guru Maharaj. This is the Tulsi Arati that we would sing every day in ISKCON. So, Mantramayi Upasana means we are using a mantra which refers to a particular pastime in one particular location. Swadasaki means following the relationship that we are cultivating based on the Diksha mantras that we have received, which we are desiring that this should awaken within my heart. I am watering it by regular hearing and chanting with very intense desire, greed, and in anugatya, and weeping and begging for the kripa that these pastimes should be manifest. So generally, we are following this Swarasaki Upasana. Okay, so this is the distinction between the Swarasaki Upasana and Mantramayi Upasana. Sri Krishna has unlimited pastimes, such as the pastimes of Vasudev, Sankarshan, and other expansions in the realm of transcendental opulence. The pastimes of the Purusha avatar Karanodakshai Vishnu, Mahavishnu. The pastimes of occasional incarnations, such as Matsya and Kurma. The pastimes of the presiding deities of the material modes, such as Brahma and Shiva. The pastimes of empowered incarnations, such as Prithu and Vyas. The pastimes of Paramatma, who is endowed with attributes, Savishesh, and the pastimes of the formless, undifferentiated Brahman, which is devoid of specific attributes. So there are some things to be said here because this is a lot. First of all, Brahmaji has praised the supermost of all pastimes of the unlimitedly sportive Bhagavan, namely Sri Krishna's pastimes in Gokula Vrindavan. This is the object of his soul's deepest yearning. So in this paragraph, this is giving basically what is in the Tika of Srila Jiva Goswami. This is from the, basically translated from the Hindi edition of Srila Gurudev. This is very important. This is describing the Ananta Lila, the unlimited pastimes of Krishna, because it is not only Krishna's pastimes in Goloka Vrindavan, but there are pastimes of Vasudev, Sankarshan, and other expansions in Vaikuntha Dham. And in Goloka Vrindavan. Goloka Vrindavan is also within Vaikuntha. It is the largest of the Vaikuntha planets. And there is the inner chamber of Goloka, which is called Goloka Vrindavan. And that is the specific destination which is desired by Gaudiya Vaishnavas, those who are in the line of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, specifically by those who are Rupanugas, who are following in the footsteps of Srila Rupa Goswami, and specifically desiring to become Palyadasis and serve Srimati Radhika and her intimate followers. But there are also pastimes of the Purusha avatar, Karanodakshai Vishnu, Mahavishnu. Now, this is very interesting because Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, once had said, oh, we were with Krishna in his sport. Okay, so some people take this to say, oh, look, Guru Maharaj said we were with Krishna. That means we were in Goloka Vrindavan. We were a cowherd boy or a gopi and we became envious and we fell down. That is nonsense. Never. And there was one devotee, Jagadish, back in 1970, he wrote Srila Prabhupada and he asked, if, how is it possible if no one falls from the spiritual world? And Srila Prabhupada explained, he said, just like if we were with the Father, Mahavishnu, we were within Mahavishnu. This Leela, that is the Leela that we were with. Okay, we were with Krishna in his form as Mahavishnu because Siddhanta tastu abhedepi Shrisha Krishna Swarupayo. There is no difference according to Siddhant between Krishna and the Lord of Vaikuntha. So we were with Mahavishnu, within the abdomen of Mahavishnu, in between the dissolution of the material universes, when Mahavishnu inhales and then he exhales. In his exhalation, unlimited universes come out. Between the time of Mahavishnu's exhalation and his next inhalation, there passes some time. How much time? One lifetime of Brahmaji. That is about 4 quadrillion years. 100 years of Brahmaji is approximately 4 quadrillion years. So in the night, when the universe has been destroyed, all of the jivas reside within the abdomen of Mahavishnu. That is when we were with Krishna. Okay, so this is the Purusha avatar pastimes. And then there are all these other pastimes, pastimes of avatars, incarnations, pastimes of the Guna avatars, the presiding deities of the material modes, pastimes of the Shaktiavesh avatars, such as Prithu and Vyas, pastimes of Paramatma, and even Brahman is described as having pastime. What is the pastime of Brahman? It is, as Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Brahmano hi pratishtaham. Krishna says specifically, this is said, Brahmano hi pratishtaham. Yes, I am the basis of that impersonal Brahman. This is also a pastime of Krishna. The place of pastime, but specifically, Brahmaji is offering prayers and describing that abode, which is the object of his soul's deepest yearning. That is Goloka Vrindavan. The place of pastimes that are the object of Mantramayi Upasana, which are situated in one particular place, as well as the settings of innumerable pastimes, such as the Rasa Lila, that occur in many different locations and are the object of Swarasaki Upasana, are both present in Golok. So this is very important to understand. If we become confused on this concept of Mantramayi Upasana versus Swarasaki Upasana, Mantramayi Upasana, again, is through a particular mantra, which is describing one lila in one place. Swarasaki Upasana is following according to the rasa that we are aspiring for, which are taking place in many different locations. Rasa Lila is taking place. There is the Rasa Lila, which is taking place in the Sharat Purnima. There is Rasa Lila, which is taking place on a regularly. There is Rasa Lila, which is taking place at Radha Kund as part of Ashtakaliya Lila. So Krishna is doing Rasa Lila not just at one time, not just one place, not just Sharat Rasa and the not just Sharadiya Ras and not just the Vasanta Ras, but he is also doing every day. He is doing Rasa Lila. Krishna is Rasaraj, and he is the supreme enjoyer, the taster of ras. So Krishna will only have two Rasalilas per year. No, 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 no. Rasalila is going on. And this is the eternal abode, which is the place of Krishna's supreme tasting of ras with his topmost devotees. So Brahmaji is beginning to describe in these verses, beginning with Chintamani Prakara Sadmasu, he is describing the superior meditation on Swarasaki Leelas that occur in the central, most prominent seat of pastimes, or Yogapeeth. Now, there was a question earlier, what exactly is Yogapeeth? And that is what is being described here. It is the seat of pastimes. What is the central seat of pastimes? Like if you go to I'm going to New York City. Oh, there's so many things. I can go to a show. I can go to restaurants. I can go sightseeing, see the Empire State Building. But, like the perverted reflection of Yoga Pete is like Times Square. Oh, this is like it's very New York. Similarly, and although that's a very dirty example, but still, the Yoga Pete is like that place where pastimes are taking place. What is the most prominent seat of pastimes? So Vamshivata Tatastitaha Karshan Venu Swanayar Gopir Gopinata Shriyestu Naha. So this is Yoga Pete in Golok Vrindavan. And Yogapeeth is the place in Navadvip where Mahaprabhu appeared. Also, this is also called Yogapeeth. What kind of pastimes occur there? Surabhira Bipalayantam. Sri Krishna takes the cows from the village to the forest to graze on very green, soft grass. He makes them drink and take bath in lakes such as Pavana Sarovar, and then again he brings them back to the cowsheds. In this way, he protects and nourishes them with much affection. Sometimes, in a solitary place, he also engages in exceptionally confidential pastimes. What are those astonishing secret activities? Lakshmi Sahasrashata. I render service to the primeval personality who, in a pavilion made of desire-fulfilling gems, which is completely hidden among countless surrounding desire trees, is intimately served with elation by unlimited numbers of beautiful Brajagopis. The word Lakshmi should be understood to mean charming cowherd girls. So this is the end of the Tika of Srila Jiva Goswami on this verse. So many very important and profound and very full of ras meanings have been given. What does it mean? Lakshmi Sahasrashata. Does it mean that these are goddesses of fortune as in Vaikuntha? No, it means the gopis are the original Lakshmis, which Srila Jiva Goswami has said. It means the very charming gopis, very beautiful. They are more beautiful even than the Lakshmis in Vaikuntha. And how he is served by unlimited gopis. This will be further explained in Gurudev's Vivriti. So Vivrti we will do next week, but let us move on and describe also the Tatparya, the purport given by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So here the word Chintamani indicates transcendental desire-fulfilling jewels. Just as the illusory potency has created the mundane world from the five inert gross elements. So those are earth, water, fire, air, and space. Everything is a transformation of these five elemental categories. Similarly, the spiritual potency has produced the spiritual world from a transcendental substance, namely Chintamani. So this is an important thing to understand. We try to understand the spiritual world from the perspective of mundane existence, and it doesn't fly. It is a limited analogy. Yes, we walk on the ground. There is air that we breathe. There is water. There is fire. But this is not what the spiritual world is like. It is a limited comparison. Everything is made of Chintamani. That doesn't mean, oh, it's so super opulent and there's jewels everywhere and gold and diamonds. No, one drop of the dust of Vraja is more valuable than all the diamonds and precious gems in this world. It is beyond our conception. And so we are praying that by the grace of our Guru Varga, by the grace of Vaishnavas, by the grace of my Gurudev, that I may get some transcendental vision, may it be manifest in my heart to just perceive even what one grain of the dust of Vrajabhumi is. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is describing this whole material, this spiritual world is made of Chintamani. It means that it is conscious. Furthermore, the Chintamani jewels used as the materials in the construction of Bhagavan's chambers in Golok are infinitely more rare and resourceful than ordinary touchstone. This is exactly, you may recognize this. Srila Prabhupada gives an explanation of Brahma Samhita. He has a recording. He is singing Chintamani Prakara Sadmasu in a very beautiful tune with so much very beautiful bhav. And then he is saying, he is giving the translation of Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, which is giving basically this Tatparya of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So there is such a lineage of this Brahma Samhita, and nothing was invented, nothing was made new, but it is in the line of Srila Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur and the line of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So this is very important. So these materials, the Chintamani jewels used in the construction of all of the residences in Goloka, are infinitely more rare and resourceful than ordinary touchstone. Whenever one milks the ordinary wish-fulfilling cows of the heavenly planets, the Kamadhenus, they give ordinary milk. Oh, so we are talking now about ordinary Kamadhenu cows. There is a planet which is also called Goloka within this world, which is presided by Surabhi. Surabhi accompanied Indradev when Indra came to offer prayers and ask forgiveness from Sri Krishna. After sending the Samvartak clouds, he brought Surabhi with him because Indra knew that, oops, I have really made a very big boo-boo, but Krishna will be very charmed by the presence of Surabhi. And then Surabhi, in offering prayers to Krishna, also chastised Indra. So she said that, oh, Indra has made a mistake here. But the Kamadhenus, whom we have never encountered, that can give unlimited milk, they may give an ocean of milk, but these Kamadhenus, these cows that Krishna is tending, they are giving a transcendental current of prem, an ocean of milk, which is actually a transcendental current of prem, and it is constantly cascading from the udders of the wish-fulfilling cows of Goloka to allay the hunger and thirst of the jivas engaged in pure bhakti. In this verse, the words laksha, laksha, and sahasrashata indicate an infinite or uncountable number. It's like saying, oh, there's just billions and billions. It is an uncountable number. The word sambrama, meaning with veneration, is used to indicate saturated with unconditional love. Now, sometimes this is a very important concept because sometimes the word sambrama has been translated, and even Guru Maharaj also said this sometimes, with great awe and reverence. But Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has given a understanding which one should also try to understand. In the beginning, Puja Laragapata Gaurava Bhange, keep these very high pastimes of Raga Marg on your head. Why keep on your head? Oh, because we're going to throw it in the rubbish heap? No, 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 no. Because we are aspiring for Raga Marg. And we should never treat it cheaply. It should be given greatest honor and love and aspiration. Okay? So Sambrahma is also used to indicate saturated with unconditional love. Means I want to have love for Sri Krishna, for Sri Radha, Vrishabhanu Nandini, for the pastimes of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna in such a way of complete surrender. I have no trace of selfishness or any other selfish desire, only to please the transcendental senses of Sri Krishna through service to the divine Shakti, to Krishna's Hladini Shakti, Vrishabhanu Nandini, Shri Radha. One should understand the word Lakshmi to refer to the beautiful cowherd maidens. The words Adi Purusha indicate that Sri Govindadev is the origin of all existence, though he himself, being eternal, has no origin. So this is the meaning of Adi Purusha. So we sometimes will say, oh, these are the Govindam prayers or the Adi Purush, Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. And many of us, when we came, we joined, we heard the playing of Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. And this is something because it was inspired by Srila Prabhupada, by Guru Maharaj. It was infused with some divine potency because he was present and because it was done for him. His blessings are in that vibration. So we have heard this. But now we have the opportunity to go very deeply and understand the deep layers of Tattva Siddhant and Rasa Siddhant behind this Brahma Samhita. So we'll stop there for today, and next week we will continue and go through the Vivriti of Srila Gurudev. And in this Vivriti, there will be so much unfolding of the unlimited pastimes and ras. All right. So, any questions? Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Any questions, you can say it or put it in chat. Otherwise, we will end here. Jai Gurudev, Srila Gurudev ki jai, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki jai, Srila Jiva Goswami Pad ki jai. Did you have a question, Haridas Prabhu?
No, I was just saying Jai.
All
Well,
right. All right.
I did actually
Hari
have
Hari.
one question, but I might not be
Yeah,
able to word it so well.
go
Uh,
ahead.
I recall there was a part where it said each devotee will realize Krishna according to their something.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, does that apply just to devotees of Krishna, or to like if somebody is a Ram, like in the case of Shri Hanumanji or Murari Gupta when he's realizing performing the pastime of realizing he'll see Ram, but is he just seeing Krishna in a form as Ram? Do you know does that make sense?
Well, so you're talking about this description in describing Swarasaki Upasana. And Swarasaki basically literally means according to one's own ras. So the aspiration for ras, to have a relationship in a particular ras, this is not something that is really entirely specific to our Gaudiya Vaishnava line, but it is in the pastimes of Sri Ram. For example, there were the rishis in Dandakaranya, and they were performing the Aradhana of Bhagavan via the Gopal mantra. And when they met Sri Ram, they realized him as the object of their upasana, because Sri Ram is not different from Krishna by tattva, but by ras different. So he said, no, you will come in my next avatar. You can come as Braja Gopis. And so they became the Rishichari Gopis, or sometimes called Munichari Gopis. And they were able to, by association with the Nitya Siddha Gopis, achieve entrance into Rasalila. Labdhashisham ya udgad Brajasundari Nam. How have the Braja Gopis attained such a thing which could not even be gotten by Lakshmi herself? What to speak of the Apsaras and other divine ladies of the heavenly planets in this world? So Swarasaki Upasana has a specific meaning in this context, but in general, it may mean that, so for example, you gave the example, if someone is worshiping Sri Ram, in the line of Sri Ram, in the line of Sri Ramanujacharya, because in our Gaudiya line, now others have joined in the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, such as Murari Gupta, but we are not, there is no one in the Gaudiya line who is aspiring for this Dasya Ras. Dasya Prem is present in the heart of Hanumanji in the most perfect extent. But in Dasya Prem, there is always Maryada. But Hanumanji will very happily do anything for the pleasure of Sri Ram. In fact, Sri Ram does not even have to ask Hanumanji, oh, my dear Hanuman, oh, I'm ringing a bell because you were taking a nap just now. Come, I want you to get up and do something for me. No, if Sri Ram wants something, Hanumanji has already gone and done it and arranged it. And he is waiting for the next thing. Yes, my dear Prabhu, what can I do for you? And this is Dasya Prem. And this Dasya Prem is still beyond the conception of great sages and philosophers and yogis. But this Dasya Prem is not present at all in Goloka Vrindavan. There is no pure Dasya. Even when there are those who take the role of household servants, like Raktak and Patrak in the house of Nanda Maharaj, they have more of a Vatsalya relationship with Krishna. They have their love for Krishna is not separated by any Maryada, and they may even chastise Krishna also as well because of their Vatsalya Prem. So the concept of Swarasiki Upasana has a very specific meaning, and we should try to take it in the context in which it is given, according to our line of pure bhakti in 9 limbs, which has been given in the line of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Srila Prabhupada Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, Srila Param Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Pragan Keshava Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, and Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. And that Swarasiki Upasana means that what are Diksha mantras, what we have received at the time of Diksha, what will be cultivated, what we are aspiring for as the result of those Diksha mantras, that is the object of our meditation. And that should manifest in its fullness, in its own time, by our dedicated application of the principles, hearing, chanting, and remembering. Chanting with dedication and with respect, keeping Harinam in the Singhasan of our heart, keeping out other desires and thoughts and ideas, and the association of pure Vaishnavas. So, but in the line of Sri Ramanujacharya, there is no concept even of attaining Dasya Prem like that of Hanumanji. Hanumanji is considered to be a parikar, and nobody can have any kind of Dasya for Sri Ram like that of Hanumanji. There is Sharanagati, and there is Bhakti, which is full of Vaidhi and Maryada. And that's basically as far as it goes. So really, the answer is Swarasiki Upasana. This is a very much a Gaudiya Vaishnava conception. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, thank you very much.
All right. So we can end there. Go